Let's dive right into this explainer and explore exactly how artificial intelligence actually thinks ahead. Today, we're going to follow a very specific, fascinating story. An AI agent wakes up with a goal, thinks through its steps, and then completely adapts when the world around it changes. Whether you're just starting out or you're already an advanced learner, this journey is really going to change how you view autonomous systems.
So, here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with waking up with a goal, talk about why planning matters, walk through a robot's real-world journey, open up the AI planning playbook, figure out how to choose the right approach, and finally, go from plan to action.
All right, let's jump right into part one, waking up with a goal, and the absolute basics of AI planning.
So, what is AI planning at its core? Basically, it's just figuring out a sequence of actions to reach a goal. It's pure problem solving. Think of it like your phone's GPS finding the best route to the airport. The GPS knows exactly where you are, it knows where you want to go, and it calculates the precise turns you need to take to get there. Or, hey, think about packing a bag for a trip. You don't just randomly throw things in, right? You logically list the tasks, heavy shoes at the bottom, then the clothes, and those fragile items right on top. AI planning is the exact same concept. It's figuring out a structured, sensible sequence of actions to reach a specific goal. Now, we really need to draw a clear distinction between two different sides of AI here. Modern machine learning, that's all about pattern recognition. It literally needs massive amounts of big data to guess an answer. But AI planning is completely different. It relies on strict, clear logic to think ahead. It doesn't need to be trained on a billion examples of a maze, it just needs the rules. It uses that clear logic to confidently find the exit.
Which brings us nicely to section 2. Why planning matters beyond just pattern recognition.
Out in the real world, AI often needs to make concrete, unshakable decisions. Simply guessing just isn't good enough. Think about scheduling warehouse robot deliveries, managing incredibly complex travel logistics, or even playing a strategic game like chess. In all these scenarios, planning is absolutely crucial because it saves time, avoids really costly mistakes, and ensures the AI actually reaches its goal reliably. I mean, you definitely don't want a self-driving car just guessing its route, do you? You want it to logically plan the safest possible path.
Let's make this super concrete in section 3, a robot's real-world journey, putting these plans to the test.
This perfectly illustrates the core loop of what we call an intelligent agent. First, the agent uses its sensors to literally see the world around it. Next, it predicts what's going to happen if it takes a specific action. And finally, it tells its actuators to physically move. Sense, predict, act. That is the magic loop.
Let's actually watch this play out. Our little warehouse robot wakes up and sets a goal: deliver a package to the loading dock. It maps out the environment and chooses its primary path. Let's call that the blue route. It starts driving, but suddenly, its sensors detect a blocked hallway. Someone dropped a pallet. The world just changed. But because this robot is a planner, it doesn't just freeze up. It instantly recalculates, seamlessly switches to an alternate orange backup plan, goes right around the obstacle, and successfully reaches its green goal. It woke up, thought through the steps, and adapted.
Behind the scenes, the AI's brain is processing some really simple logic to pull this off. It basically takes 3 inputs: the start point, the goal, and any obstacles. The algorithm then thinks through and chooses the steps. The output is just a simple, numbered checklist. Step 1, lift the crate. Step 2, drive the truck. Step 3, drop the crate. It literally turns a messy, complex physical environment into a clean, logical sequence. Okay, let's open up the hood in section 4, the AI planning playbook and its 7 core approaches.
Approach number 1 is state space planning. This is where the AI treats a problem almost like a map of possible realities, or states. Imagine a robot trying to move from one room to another. It essentially looks at a map of nodes and arrows, right? And it systematically moves step by step from its start state to its goal state, searching the map until it finds a totally clear path.
Next up, we have classical, or goal stack planning. Now, this one is highly structured. The AI works backward or forward from a goal using very strict ordered steps. It's exactly like following a recipe. If the AI wants to make you a nice cup of tea, it stacks the goals. First, boil the water, then add the tea, then pour, then serve. Obviously, you can't pour before you boil, right? It stacks the tasks in a rigid, logical order.
But hey, what if the problem is absolutely massive? That's where hierarchical planning swoops in. The AI breaks a huge, daunting problem into a tree of much smaller, manageable subtasks. Like, if the top-level goal is to plan a wedding, the AI breaks that down into logical branches: book the venue, arrange the food, invite the guests, make the schedule. Or, for a factory robot, build a car becomes install engine and attach doors. It handles immense complexity just by tackling it layer by layer.
Sometimes, though, a strict one-by-one sequence is just way too slow. Enter partial order planning. This keeps things super flexible by allowing parallel tasks. Think about booking a trip. The AI knows that booking the hotel and booking the flight can happen at the exact same time. It builds out a timeline with parallel bars, getting the whole shebang done much, much faster.
Now, what if the environment is a bit unpredictable? That calls for conditional planning. This is where the AI prepares if-then branches in advance. It's basically like having a backup plan ready before you even walk out the door. The AI says, I'll take the main road, but hey, if traffic is bad, then I'll take route B. It uses a decision tree of yes and no branches, so it never ever gets stuck without a plan.
Taking that uncertainty to the next level, we have probabilistic planning. This is for when outcomes are truly uncertain, and the AI literally has to play the odds. Imagine a drone delivery route dealing with unpredictable wind and weather. The AI evaluates the entire route using risk probability bubbles, mathematically calculating the absolute safest bet. This ensures the package arrives without the drone getting blown halfway across town.
And finally, reactive planning. Because sometimes there is literally no time to sit and calculate a long-term plan. Reactive planning lets the AI completely bypass deep thought and adjust instantly based on what it sees right in front of it. A perfect example? A self-driving car. If a pedestrian suddenly steps out into the street, the AI doesn't map out a 10-step plan. It reacts instantly and slams on the brakes.
Moving on to Section 5, choosing the right approach, with a simple guide. So with all these tools in the playbook, how does the AI actually know which one to use? Well, here is a super handy cheat sheet. For very structured tasks, you use classical or goal stack planning. For uncertain environments, you lean on probabilistic or conditional planning. For fast, life-saving reactions, it's reactive planning all the way. And for those massive, complex projects, you deploy hierarchical or partial order planning. The AI simply uses the right logical tool for the right job.
All right, let's bring it all together in our final section, from plan to action.
If you only take one thing away from this explainer today, make it this. Planning is AI thinking ahead before acting. It relies on crystal-clear logic over massive big data. By utilizing this diverse toolkit of models, from state-space to hierarchical to reactive, an AI agent can wake up, chart a highly logical course, and adapt instantly to whatever obstacles the real world throws in its way. Because at the end of the day, true artificial intelligence isn't just about recognizing a picture of a cat. It's about making real decisions. It's the journey from setting a goal to drafting a plan to actually executing an action. So how will you use this logic to navigate your own AI journey? From goal to plan to action. Continue your AI journey with AI. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.